Hi everyone, I'm Marvel, a feral druid, and there are a bunch of new druid forms in this patch. I'm going to show you how to get them. This will all be ordered by form, not the source you get them from, in chapters, and coordinates for everything are in the description. Special thanks to my bestie Ursock for doing so much of the legwork on the PTR. The first forms we're looking at are these new travel forms. The Lush Dreamstag is obtained by first talking to Thaelishar here. Purchase the item called Silent Mark of the Dreamstag from him, and take it to this area right about here. Target one of the green Dreamstags here, and use the mark by right-clicking on it. The Dreamstag will get a buff indicating that it can't be targeted with a mark again for 5 minutes. It can take many different Dreamstags to get your form, but just keep trying until you get it. The Smoldering Dreamstag is a rare drop from the rare Talthonei Ash Whisper. It has a few different spawn points in these locations. The Auric Dreamstag comes from an inscription recipe dropped from the rare quality Dreamseed Emerald bounties. If you don't have inscription, you can make a work order for this or ask one of your scribe friends. The other ground travel forms available are these adorable Digimon called Dreamtalons. The Sable Dreamtalon is a rare drop from Ristar the Rabid, found in a cave that starts here. The Dreamtalon Matriarch is a rare drop from Matriarch Keevah, found in a cave right here. The Thriving Dreamtalon can be obtained by again visiting Thaelishar, located here, and buying a silent mark from him. Target the Dreamtalons in this area, and use the mark by right-clicking on it. Like with the Lush Dreamstag, it may take several different Dreamtalons to get your form, but just keep trying and you'll get it. The Auroral Dreamtalon and the Boreal Dreamtalon are obtained 2 different ways. You can either purchase them from Talisa Whisperbloom here, 4 seed blooms, or they can drop from the gigantic Dream Seeds. I really like the blue one because it matches my favorite cat form. Next up we have flight forms. The Azure Somnowl is an easy one. It's a questline that starts from Cenarius at this location. You have to have done Cenarius' questline from the beginning to get to this point to be able to pick up the side quest. The Slumbering Somnowl takes a few steps. First, you want to collect 5 soft Somnowl feathers. These require some Druid trickery, talent into Hibernate, and use it on almost any Somnowls you can find. There are a bunch at this location, and after they fall asleep, you can pluck a feather from them. Then, you'll combine the feathers with a silken thread, which is purchasable from any tailoring vendor. You'll get an item called Somnowl Feather Strand. Finally, you'll want a rank 3 Runed Writhe Bark, which is purchasable on the auction house and made by scribes. Combine the strand with the Writhe Bark, and you'll get your form. The Blazing Somnowl uses the same model as the mount dropped by Ferock on Mythic difficulty only, and it is obtained the same way. This is going to be a special one for a while, until Mythic Ferock is easily killable a few tiers from now. We don't know yet if it's a 100% drop from Mythic Ferock, or if it only comes with the mount. Our final travel form is a beautiful, huge koi fish called the Prismatic Whiskerfish. The entirety of this form's discovery is done in the raid, Umbraclaws the Dream's Hope. Because you can't walk into the raid on the PTR, I'll be using screenshots. In the pit of Volcaros's lava pools, you'll fish up 10 awakened sunfish. Then, in the Wellspring Atrium's waters, you'll fish up 10 slumbering moonfish. Toss all 10 fish, both the sunfish and the moonfish, back into the waters. You'll get a 30-minute buff called Attuned Angler. With this buff, you're going to go back to the start of the raid. In the Wellspring Atrium, in the bigger pool of water, you'll see a Prismatic Whiskerfish pool. There, you're going to fish up Xena, the Whimsical Whiskerfish. Finally, free Xena back into the same pool you found them, and you'll get the scale of the Prismatic Whiskerfish. We've seen all the travel forms, so let's take a look at the combat forms. For our bear forms, we have these adorable little owl bears called Umbraclaws. The Umbramane coloration is a rare drop from Mosa Umbramane, who's found in a cave here. The Lomi Umbraclaw requires, again, purchasing a silent mark from our bestie Thaelishar. Take this mark to the Umbraclaws here and attune them by targeting an Umbraclaw and then using the mark by right-clicking on it. It can take many Umbraclaws to unlock. The Snowy Umbraclaw is either purchased by Talisa Whisperbloom, located here, or it can be looted from gigantic dream seeds. You can get 2 bear forms called Bristlebruins. The Verdant Bristlebruin is a rare drop from Moragh the Slothful, found in a cave here. The Pollenfused Bristlebruin fur sample is just looted off the ground right here. Finally, we have one called the Hibernating Rune Bear. This form drops from the world boss, Ristar the Hibernator, so make sure you're killing this world boss on your druids. For all our cat enjoyers, we have a couple new cat forms using a cat model that we don't have yet. The Keen-Eyed Dreamsaber is another attunement form, so make your way to Thaelishar, found here, to purchase a silent mark. Target the Dreamsabers found around here and use the mark by right-clicking on it until you get the form. It can take a lot of attempts before you get it. The Keen-Eyed Dreamsaber is a rare drop from a patrolling mob named Keen-Eyed Cian, found here. The Moon-Blessed Claw requires quite a bit of exploration. You'll start in the Emerald Dream here in the Eye of Ysera. Open the small box of vials found on the ground. Next, you'll have to visit 6 different moonwells and fill each vial with water from the moonwell corresponding with the letter on the vial. Vial B is filled in the moonwell just outside the Dream Grove. Vial K is filled in the moonwell here in Moonglade. Vial E in the Twilight Grove in Duskwood. Vial N in Dragonblight and Star's Rest. Vial D in Stormshield Ashran on the Alliance side. And Vial O in Terrakar Forest in the Cenarian Thicket. Again, all of these coordinates are available in the description if you want to use them to navigate. After filling the vials, combine them all so you get the Coalesced Moonlight. Head back to the Emerald Dream and find the Feral Moonstone lying on the ground here. Use the Coalesced Moonlight on the Feral Dreamstone, and you'll be able to loot the form from it. Finally, we have this Fiery Moonkin form. This new form comes from the raid, Emir Drasil, the Dream's Hope. It drops from Tindril Sage Swift. It is not restricted to Mythic, so if you are worried about that, you can be less worried. The other colors and customizations shown here are actually available on patch launch and don't require any unlocking at all, so you can just walk into the barber shop on November 7th and make yourself blue or whatever. And that's it, Druids. Like this video if you found it useful, please.